Welcome back, everybody, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, to the Chatty Natty podcast with myself and Zack. Episode 7, I think.
7? Yeah, I think we're on 7. No,
7.
It's got to be more.
No, I think it is, because we missed the one. That's thrown me a little bit, to be honest, and now it feels like it's been ages since we've done one, when in reality...
But I can't lie, it actually does.
It was a week ago.
I felt like we missed another podcast, but we haven't.
No, we haven't. We're going strong. I don't really have any specific topics this week. I'm not going to lie.
Strong. From the start. So on today's podcast, we're going to talk about absolute bullshit for an hour and a half.
As long as we possibly can. Yeah, I think that's the way that all the best podcasts work, right? I'm sure that fucking Chris Williamson and people do a lot of their research and get a really interesting talking point to go through. But I just said to Zack 100%. Before we came on this, I'm shattered. I am shattered. So
I've got to carry the podcast today, apparently. Why are you shattered, Liam? What's happened?
I have no idea. I don't actually know. I was shitting myself yesterday, for everybody to be informed on. That
what did you call it? You called it digestion.
Digestion, yeah, digestive. That's how my dad says about like digestive biscuits. Digestive. It
must be a northern thing.
Yeah, definitely. But no, I don't know. I've just nothing out of the ordinary. I could put it down, and I don't want to be a massive melt, but like this is the first week where I can say, hand on heart, I've felt the diet.
Yeah, your photos are good.
Yeah,
I've seen them. I was like, that's a big boy. That's a chunky boy.
It's
not a chunky boy, but I mean like chunky as in like muscle. Do you know what I
mean? Yeah. I'm fuck off. I am pleasantly surprised so far, and I think you can only really get what I'm on. I'm on week 11 now, and I've had a few days where I'm just like, oh, I am hungry, and I've not got a lot of food left to eat on the day or whatever it might be, and I've definitely just felt it a bit more. So it could just be accumulation of the diet, training, everything else that goes into my wonderful life.
You've also had injuries as well, though, haven't you?
Yeah.
So training hasn't necessarily been plain sailing.
No, nothing. But on that front, pretty good at the minute.
Where are your calories at the minute?
Just under 2.5. So mate, they're high.
I mean, that's not bad.
They're high, yeah. But then, do you know what? I was looking the other day because someone was asking me, "Oh, how long am I going to keep this diet going for?" And I just thought to myself, I was like, "Well, I must be. I'm nearly 30 pounds down," and I was like,
"Oh, you was fat,
huh?"
You was fat.
I was fat, but mate, I was literally sat there and I was going, I can't be like too far away from body weights that I was in prep and stuff. And then I opened out Google Sheet and I was like, fucking hell, mate, I've got another 30 pounds to go if I want to get down to there. Like, you forget how light you got. Oh,
mate, it's mad.
It's actually,
obviously Liam wasn't actually fat, but when you compare it to almost like stage condition to then a peak off season, there's a lot of body weight from the start to from the lightest to the heaviest. So it's always one of those, ain't it?
It is. It's mad. You know, when I'm quite fortunate in the sense that like my fat, it doesn't store on my like abs and stuff. So quite quickly, if I go into a diet like I have done here, I get visible definition. I get visible abs that, you know, a lot of normal like gym goers would be like, oh, cool. Like, yeah, you're looking pretty lean and stuff. I think when you've been to the depths, you just know. Like, I had for the first time the other day, I was like, you know, you're pinching your roll and you can feel the little bubbles of body fat, and you can actually, it's not just like one solid roll. It's like little, it's like bubble wrap almost.
Yeah, little air pockets.
Exactly. And then you're going, oh, okay, right. So we are starting to get into some pretty interesting territory. But it's going well, and I'm enjoying it. I'm still being ridiculous with having pizza at the weekend and all this good stuff.
Yeah,
but...
mate. Mental.
Yeah, going absolutely
You're
wild.
like king of the off plans.
I am.
I'll start putting you up there with Jack Thorburn on like 12 burgers a week.
No one eats burgers like that, man. I've never seen anything like it. It's
I was
impressive
speaking
work.
to him at the PCA. I was speaking to him at the PCA Naturals.
Yeah.
And he said he had £110 worth of like burgers in one day. Or
That's
is it
how
a
much
week?
you spend.
I think it was either
on.
a day or a week. But I was actually thinking, I think it's more a day.
Coaching must be going well.
Crazy. No, he gets discount. He said he got about 40% off. So it was like, I think the total order come to about 40, 50 quid. But if there was no offer, it would have been about 110 quid on burgers. I was like, that's impressive. And then you get like the opposite side of the spectrum within bodybuilding. You get people that are too scared to have a burger.
Yeah. I've been thinking about this quite a lot recently because, well, one, I'm conducting my own little experiment with just being a bit more flexible on that front. And I think for the right kind of person who can flick the switch, which in my opinion, like a lot of people in the bodybuilding world can, because they can clearly show the discipline to actually go in. Like it's there, the ability to switch it on is there. I think it can be really beneficial. Like for me, I asked Izzy the other day, I was like, how has this 10 weeks of dieting felt in comparison to like the first 10 weeks of prep last year? And she was like, night and day. Like you're not being a weirdo about everything. And I was like, yeah, you're right. Because I'm just, it's the way that I want to do it next time around for sure. Not maybe as free with the off plans and things like that, but just in terms of like, I remember, I think I've spoken about this before, so I don't want to go too deep into it, but the day that prep started, I was like, right, this is like my whole life now.
Yeah.
Whereas now,
but I think you need to go through that during the contest prep.
Yeah, I would just rather it be later on.
Yeah,
because that's when you need it, in my opinion. When you get to like where I'm trying to get with this diet is to be within striking distance of like, okay, if I was to really turn up the heat, I could prep. I'm not going to, but if I wanted to. And that's how I would want to do it next time around, is almost treat it as like a diet with no clear end goal, get to within striking distance and then go, right, now this is a prep. Because I feel like in your head as well, that like it makes it so much smaller of a timeline that's more manageable from like a mental perspective.
Yeah, I mean, you see a lot of people going through competition preps now and they've got like 20 pounds to lose, 25 pounds to lose, and they just slow down the rate of loss. So if you think like realistically, your stage rate, it was what, 152?
No, the lowest I ever got was 153.
Yeah,
153 was the lowest I ever got, but I was like
£1 out. £1 out. I won't be too harsh on myself there. But yeah, I think realistically, obviously you've built muscle, you've built a decent chunk of muscle. So, obviously you can't really predict your stage rate now because you can't really see where you're going to be. You need to see your physique maybe a little bit fuller before you start sort of predicting these things. But, I think if you was to have maybe the same time frame of a prep, but you was just to start in a better position and you was to have, maybe an off-plan meal a week or a controlled off-plan meal a week during the earlier stages, that would be much more manageable. You do hear people doing that as well.
I feel like the people who enjoy bodybuilding the most are the people who bodybuild the way that they want to bodybuild. Personally, and that varies. It's so like wide in scope. You've got people who do want to be robotic, who do want to just do everything by the book, and that's how they enjoy the sport, and that's absolutely fine. But I think like you don't want to be sucked into someone else's ideal. You kind of want to find your own footing within the sport. It's like with any sport, like Roger Federer and Rafa Nadal don't play tennis the same way, but they're both legends of the sport.
Yeah.
And I think the same thing applies to bodybuilding. There's not like one way that you must strictly follow. And that's what I'm learning more and more as I get deeper and deeper into it. I'm like more and more about, okay, what's working for me? What do I enjoy the most? And where do I feel like the best positioned within this sport and this whole thing? It's interesting.
Yeah.
I think a big part of that is like, I had this thought yesterday. I was going to go on a rant and I didn't. Like the social media space with bodybuilding, it's just a bit like fucked.
In what way? What do you
In
mean?
the way that like, I just think it's so critical. I don't see like many people celebrating just like cool stuff. And I feel like it's always about like now, in the last couple of years especially, it's like someone could post something as simple as like a tricep extension. And if you go on the comment section, it's just like people breaking it apart, absolutely tearing it apart. And the guy in the video might have like sensational triceps, and you're just like, come on, what are we doing?
Yeah. I mean, they're not quite doing the Liam Mira of like having a belt and then attaching 40 kilos to the belt and then gym pinning plus 20, the tricep push down.
Got to tie yourself to the floor, mate.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? Sellotape on the shoes, blue tack to the heels.
Get someone on your shoulders, push you down.
Yeah, get like Mark Henry on your shoulders. You know what I mean? That's like
Mark Henry. He'd absolutely he'd crush me, suplex. But I just think, yeah, every now and then, now I find it really tricky actually, because I'll start scrolling on Instagram or whatever, and I do think that whole Reels tab and everything, it's so messed up. It's so messed up how like everything's just mate,
social media now, though,
just
ain't it?
brain rot. I was speaking to someone, so I obviously the gym that I work at, I teach a couple of classes, and one of my classes is ladies lift, and it has essentially turned into good lifting technique. I try and teach them all I can, but it's a natter. It is a natter, and I love it for it because it's just like a little like tea party where we all just talk about our weeks. And one of them's a teacher, and she was speaking to me yesterday about like kids these days, and the influences of social media and all of it. It's mental. Like their attention span is just non-existent. But I was saying to her, like, I can't even blame them. If I was a kid sat in school and someone was telling me like, you need to know this, I'd be like, no, I don't.
Yeah,
No,
it's true.
Yeah. I've got 7 AIs in my pocket that can do everything for me. Like, why am I going to sit?
Yeah.
Oh, it's
the
mental.
education system is pretty messed up at the minute, to be honest. Their thing is in schools they're teaching kids AI now. That's what they're learning all about it. It's like it's the way of the world, though.
Yeah,
but it's
It's
I can't
bad.
remember. There's someone on Instagram. I think his name's Simon Squibb, and he goes around and he asks people like what their dreams are.
Yeah.
And then like he's just one of these guys, and he'll go around and ask people what their dreams are, and they'll tell him, and they want to open the gym, they want to open up a barbershop or something like this, and then he'll end up finding a way to like fund them and make their dream come to life. And he was talking about the education system the other day, and he was just like, he's so hot on it, and he's like, it's just so messed up. It's like awful.
Yeah. I think there's a lot of people these days though that like you ask them something that I do whenever I sit down with new potential clients in a consultation. I'm like, look, within the scope of like fitness in your life and the gym in your life, what is the absolute pinnacle? Because in my opinion, I'm like, why should you not want that and want to strive to work towards that? And people, a lot of the time, like people can't tell you. They can't tell you what they want.
No.
Which is to me, I'm like, I'm so objective focused, and I'm such like a progress driven person. I really struggle with that. I made a point about it.
What do you want?
What do I want? I want to put on as much muscle as I possibly can as a natural bodybuilder in the next 5 years, and just see my whole mission. Let's say my mission statement right now is for me personally just to do that, and hopefully inspire people to look at that and go, "Holy shit, that's possible."
I think you're doing a good job. You see your Instagram post that you posted, the first check-in photos that you ever sent to me.
Yeah, man.
The
Yeah.
most recent ones. I was like, that's mental.
Yeah. And I do think it's so interesting, but like that whole space, I've been going through some frustrations recently with it, because I'll sit in the gym and like I obviously train there, I work there, I coach there, and I see like the same faces all the time, you know, as you do in Corpus. And there's some people that you look at and you're just like, you talk to me all the time, and no names here because it's not just one individual, it's like multiple people. But I watch people do these sessions and I'm like, you've not changed in the last 6 months.
Yeah.
Hello, dogs. To me, like if you set yourself a goal at the start of this year and it was a fitness related goal, something to do with the gym, and you have not seen progress in that area of your life, there's either one of two things is like factually correct. Either you're not trying anywhere near as hard as you think that you are, or the plan that you are following is severely flawed. Does it not baffle you? Like you can see.
Yeah. I was genuinely thinking about this on the way to the gym earlier. And like when I first stepped on board with AJ, I've got full faith in the plan that he gives me. Full faith. But I'm still thinking if there's ways about how I can do things better.
Yeah.
And if I had any sort of like concerns or something that I don't think was quite right for me, I would voice it with him. And I would talk to him about it.
Yeah.
Because bodybuilding in this journey, there's so many pieces of a puzzle. Do you know what I mean? You've got so many different pieces. And, you know, it's obviously going to be a bespoke program to me and what my physique needs. But there might be a specific exercise that don't suit me that don't suit me right. Or, you know, maybe a food isn't digesting right. Or I'm trying to find ways about how I can still train that 1% harder.
Yeah.
And I'm literally trying to pick that man's brains so much to the point where I'm like, I don't want to step away from this day knowing that I've left anything to chance, that I couldn't have been that like little 1% better.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's a common trend across all people who like, I had a thought the other day, I reckon genuinely 90% of the gym population are wasting their time. Like 90%, a good 90, it could even be higher. Genuinely, because they're just not trying.
I'm looking at my logbook progressions on the gym floor, and I'm like, if I don't get a +2 today, I'm fucking fuming, mate.
Yeah.
I'm livid. If the amount I'm about to amp myself up for this hack squat. Do you know what I mean? Because even when I first started training, I was like, I'm just an aggressive trainer. Do you know what I mean? I love getting into that hack squat and just taking myself to a different dimension and just getting after it. I was like, if I don't get a +2 today, I'm livid. And I wouldn't say I get a +2 every single week, but you know, I would always set myself like high expectations. So I'd literally walk on the treadmill for 5 minutes before I'd look at my logbook and I'd be like, right, okay, this is the standard that I'm setting myself. Sometimes I'd put in the numbers even before I've done the set.
Yeah.
You know, and I'd manifest it.
Yeah.
And I look back, so I'm like week 1 to week 8, and I'm like, right, okay, I've done this on week 1, I've done this on week 8, and I've absolutely fucking obliterated this logbook to pieces. How can I not grow?
It's really tricky though, isn't it? Like, I'm sure you've had this across your like career as a coach and everything. It's something that I'm coming across more and more now. Like, on the one hand, imposter syndrome of like you know how much progress you have made as an individual, and this is something I would preach to absolutely every single person in the world who is interested in actually developing their physique. The people who you take advice from, like, get them to prove to you or show you what that advice did for them. Like that's something that whenever I go up to someone in the gym, because it can be quite an awkward interaction and almost like sound like you're like mansplaining or coming from this position of authority where you're like, you need to do this way. And it's never that. It's more like, if I see someone doing a lat pull down in a way that I used to do a lat pull down, and I know from, 15 years of non-productive training that is not going to get you as good of a result as this way to do it, you're going to go and tell them. But I do find that conversation difficult sometimes, especially when, like, you know, you've got like old heads in the gym that just going around and giving people just terrible advice.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Then you get the kids nowadays that are doing all these random TikTok exercises. It goes, flip the coin.
It's really tricky. And it comes back to the whole, like, some people I would like to, you know, pat myself on the head a little bit, because within Muscle Heart, I've definitely curated like a good energy of people will listen to me because they've seen what I've done over the last nearly year now, and they've seen my progress. And that is what I would say. That's what I look for in other people. Like, if I see someone come into my gym and within the space of 6 months, I see them take a hack squat from like 1 plate aside to 4 plates aside, I'm going to have a conversation with that person about training legs and about what they've done, because it's literal, like, tangible physical evidence that they've progressed.
Yeah. I mean, and this is where maybe like all the science is getting too much slack nowadays. Like, accuracy is a good thing. Being accurate with your training is really a good thing. And, you know, people talk about 5-second eccentrics, 4-second eccentrics, but if they're seeing the most amount of progress from executing in a certain way, and they're seeing the most logbook progressions, or, you know, getting the most out of their set, then that's what they need to do. Do you know what I mean?
I like the conversation around logbooks, because I think that is an interesting one. Like, I know some people who are just absolutely loyal to the logbook and will swear by it. I'd put myself in the middle ground at the minute. Like, still track everything.
I'm not saying you have to track everything, but what I'm saying is using it as if you're that confident that the way that you're executing a movement is the best that it can possibly be, and you're standardizing that form every single week, then logbook progressions will tell you everything that they need to know.
Yeah, because they're accurate representation.
If you're logbooking and then your form is absolutely diabolically shit, and then it's diabolically shit in 4 weeks' time, the logbook still ain't going to tell you much, because you know that from week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4, your form has just been terrible anyway. So you're probably not really seeing that much. You're probably not really seeing that much progress.
Yeah.
So you've got to be so confident that the time that you like officialize those baseline numbers within that start of that training program, your form has to be to the standard of what you're hopefully going to be carrying over into week 8, week 10, week 12, week 24. You know, because nothing's changing. You're just standardizing everything. You don't want your form to keep changing. You don't want everything to be different.
Yeah,
and then
that's a lot of people's issue, in my opinion. Like, just chopping and changing movements and splits, and just trying. You've really got to give yourself the chance and the time to see the benefit of these, like, long-term visions. It's that's the secret, in my opinion. Like, if you can stop thinking so short-term, which really is hard in this day and age where everything is short-term dopamine, like quick hits of, like we're saying about Instagram Reels, you open it up and you can just mong out for half an hour and watch 300 pieces of content. Like, that is ruining people's brains.
Yeah.
And it carries over to this space, because they see, like, oh, well, right, I've done the hack squat this week, but now I've watched a reel that says you should be doing belt squats or whatever it is. And it's like, no, just stick to the fucking plan. Like, get a plan in place and just give it enough time to actually come to fruition.
Yeah.
Madness.
Yeah. And that comes down to attention spans. You know, as what we've said, you know, people just haven't really got much of an attention span nowadays, and they always think the grass is green. It's like, you progress your hack squat, you progress your leg press, you're going to grow a good set of quads.
Yeah, for sure.
As long as you're not sumo leg pressing it and you're in like each end of the corners, then you're probably going to grow absolutely nothing. Then that comes down to you not doing enough research and not learning how to actually train properly. So
it is mental. It is mental. Anyway, mate, that's 25 minutes of pure waffle. How are you? Didn't even ask.
Yeah, I'm all right. It's been a better week. It's been a bit of a whirlwind. I think I need to talk about my feelings a little bit more towards what's been going on. Obviously, we've had numerous podcasts now where we've been speaking about the injury and whatnot, and I think it kind of got to a point where I was starting to recover, and I was like, am I going to have another part of the off season of where I'm going to risk potentially getting injured again, or having a recovery process that's going to take me, like 6 weeks, 4 to 6 weeks, lose muscle, regain muscle, and I've had a lot of thoughts, and I was thinking about it before, but I was unsure whether I was going to go on peptides or not. And obviously, if I go on peptides, you lose your natural status. I think I've come to the conclusion that I'm still not going to. To be honest, and I was, I was kind of like, I was getting towards me being like, I'm adamant, I'm just going to do it now. Prevention is better than cure, whatnot. But the way that I've felt over these last few days has been so much better that the peptides would be doing nothing for me anyway, because I feel like my glute has literally completely healed. Obviously, it hasn't. And there's always a risk that if I do specific movements, it's going to re-trigger and everything's going to fuck up again. But I'm to a point of where I can train effectively, and I'm eating, my normal calories again, and my body's responding in the way that I want it to. It's just the sort of emotions of always just being up, down, up, down, up, down. And that's kind of where I was just like, I've had enough. Like, I don't want that anymore. But I think it's pretty clear how much I love natural bodybuilding to everybody. And, me going assisted has never been something that I've ever really wanted to do. And it would have been solely for an injury prevention standpoint. I don't know where things would have took off if I was to start peptides, and or maybe I would have took a small cycle or whatever. But I don't know. I weren't really thinking about that too much. But yeah, I think the reality is that if I get injured again, I think that would be the final. I think that would be the final straw for me, and I'd be like, straight away, I would probably just do it. And then I would be very open and very transparent with social media, and I would talk about it. But it's just been a difficult one. I mean, I was kind of adamant. I was having a conversation with you, and I phoned you. I was like, we might need to change the podcast name.
Yeah. I mean, for context, this was Friday night last week, and I think we've always both said collectively, if for whatever reason you have an injury that is so bad, or like a hormonal issue that is so bad that you cannot do this sport to the level that you want to do this sport, that for both of us has been something in the past that we've been like, that's a bit of an identity crisis, and it bleeds out into everything. Like, you can't be the best coach that you can possibly be, the best boyfriend, the best son, the best friend, the best whatever, if you've got something that is literally really
affecting your whole life,
and is warping your identity and your self-perception. You're never going to go out there and project in like a confident, assured way if in the background you've got this thing that's like, oh god, but I'm not that. And I think we've both always stood on that hill, and I would die on that hill if for whatever reason I had something happen to me where I wasn't recovering. Then that would be the decision that I would make as well. Obviously,
it depends on how much it affects your quality of life. And when the injury triggered again, it was my own stupid fault of why it happened. I mean, I was RDL in 150. I was like, I knew the glute drive was always going to be, it was going to be a 60-40 risk. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I done 2 plates per side for 25 reps, and I was like, yeah, okay, like I should be all right. I feel fine after I've done it. And then obviously it knocked me back for literally 4 weeks again.
Yeah.
But it was my own fault. I shouldn't have hip thrusted, and I knew that I shouldn't have hip thrusted even before I did. So I'm just never going to hip thrust again. I'm going to RDL. I'm going to hyperextension. I'm going to probably do 10 to 12 reppers before I do my 6 to 8, or my 7 to 10, or whatever I decide to do on certain movements. And then I'm going to see where it takes me this time. And I think if it goes off one more time, to the point where it goes neural again. Because I can deal with the muscular side of it to a degree, because I can still get in semi-productive sessions. But if it goes neural, even though peptides don't solve neural issues, but when it does transfer into muscular, that's where obviously the peptides would come in, and the injury would maybe get better in like a week or 2 weeks rather than it being another 4 to 6 weeks. But obviously I'm not doing that.
It's all a risk at the end of the day, isn't it? Like every conversation that I've had with someone who, and I know a lot, and you know a lot of people who are enhanced, and it's a really tricky topic. It's one of those that like is very unique to each individual. For me personally, if I made that decision to be like, right, I've got this injury, it's stopping me from performing the way I want to perform, it's stopping me from being the person I want to be, I'm never competing again. Like if I make the decision to go, let's say my testosterone was tanked to the point where like there was zero chance of recovery. You sat with a doctor and the doctor was like, you are absolutely fried, mate. You need this, like medically you need it to function.
Yeah.
For me, that would be the point where like I'm not necessarily closing the door on bodybuilding as a discipline, but I'm closing the door on being a competitive bodybuilder, because quite simply I am not going to stand on stage and like compete against people who've got 1,000 different miscellaneous substances running through their veins, because that's never been attractive for me. It's never been something that I want to do. So my that would be my stance on it. Would be like, right, it's so tricky. It's so tricky, and it's why I think it's
been a really difficult one for me, of course, but I just love natural bodybuilding. I don't think that'll ever change. And I think I owe it to myself to step on stage as a natural bodybuilder again.
Agree. Yeah.
And because I've put in so much fucking work ever since I stepped off stage in 2022 to then the point of where I'll step on stage again as a natural. I owe it to myself to do that. And I don't know. If I'm 35, if I'm 40, and I'm still going through the same issues, or maybe I don't know. It depends how bad it kicks off again. But it's never been something that's like massively appealed to me. So I don't want to really go down that route. Especially, I don't want to go assisted for peptides. Like, what have you gone assisted? I've had to take peptides.
Literally,
it's just not. It's not the reason of why.
Isn't it? You'd just be another peptide goblin.
Yeah.
You'd have to join the peptide goblin crew. I'm glad that's a conversation that's quietened down, which I do find fascinating. I think it's so interesting when like something new enters the scene. Originally, it was like Ozempic. That conversation was so loud; it was in the news every single day. You had people all over Instagram talking about their journey with GLP-1s and stuff. And I feel like the start of this year, it was the peptides. It was like, oh, well, this is going to make your hair grow back. This is going to make your teeth whiter. This is going to make you 6'5". And it's like, that's gotten a lot quieter now.
God.
And I think it's, mostly due to the fact that there's no drug out there that can replace hard work.
No, of course it's not. People talk about that all the time now. I mean, look at Ben Diesel. He was on 400 milligrams a test for the majority of his. I think it was either his off season or his prep. Obviously, he would have been going in with more stuff as well. But yeah, it's crazy, mate. Like you don't need as much as what people think as well. Yeah.
Nah. But that's where you see, like, I don't know. Interesting world. Definitely an interesting world on the other side of that that gap between natural and enhanced bodybuilding, for sure.
Yeah. I think I just need to keep training now. Keep training.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad that we don't need to change the name of the podcast.
That helps.
Yeah, that was my biggest concern.
I mean, we've got so many subscribers now.
I know. Do you know what though? Actually, you say that, but the Instagram has it's gained quite a lot of followers recently. I mean, nothing crazy, but we're up to 42.
I mean, it's moving in the right direction.
Exactly. And we absolutely spammed the content last week.
Yeah.
It was non-stop. I bet everyone's sick of hearing of us, but oh well. It's necessary evil. We're trying to get the good message out there, you know? That's what we're fighting against, is this 7-second economy, and we've got to be getting actual good advice out to people.
That's it. I don't even know how many subscribers we've got now on YouTube.
I think it's like 19. Yeah.
19, yeah.
I mean, 50 by the end of the year would be nice.
Oh, that would be solid. Yeah, I'd be happy with 50 subscribers. I think during the earlier stages, it's harder to build up.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Because people would click on it and be like, oh, like only 18 subscribers. I'm not going to subscribe to that.
Yeah.
But then when you start getting to like 50, like say like 100, you get to 100 subscribers, and then people are like, oh, actually, like I listen to their podcast. I'll give it the time of day. And then
so,
you're more
if
likely
you're out
to.
there on this topic, subscribe, please.
Yeah.
We probably should mention
Boost it up.
Yeah, get it going. What have we got coming up in the immediate future then? We actually need to get some.
Well, we've got
show dates.
There's the UK DFBA Northern. There's the UK DFBA Central. There's the UK DFBA Finals, all within a short proximity together, a short of time. And then obviously there's the WNBF Supernaturals.
Yeah, it's all kicking off.
The MBW. There's a lot of shows coming up. I'm sure there's the PCA.
Yeah, Natty's 5.
Yeah, that's coming up sometime soon. Can't remember what date that is.
We need to speak off air at some point about what is on and where everything is. Have you who have you got? You've got Will, obviously.
Will and Kean, yeah.
Will and Kean. Excuse me, I'm yawning. I told you.
Yeah, so they're doing the Central. So that's what, 2.5 weeks now?
And where is that?
It's at the Ben Hall, the infamous.
Oh, beautiful. I'll come to that.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I would like to go to the Northern as well, but it's just not going to be possible.
It's travel, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, we're off to Centre. To be fair, I'm off to Centre Parks on Friday. To Monday, nice. So getting a little bit of time to.
Parks. You're always there.
Last year we went last February.
You're literally like a bloody annual pass or something.
Yeah, mate. We're going target archery. We're doing kayaking. We did have paddle booked, but I don't think we're doing paddle anymore. But you just do loads of different stuff. It's just.
I do like it. I do like it.
Sick.
And the rapids are great. Who doesn't love the rapids at Centre Parks?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
My brother nearly died on the rapids.
It's just good fun. Mate, but I'm not going to lie. It's cost me just as much money to go Centre Parks as probably what it would do for like a few days away in Barcelona.
It is mental. It's for what it is, and I love it. But it is well expensive. Expensive.
I think I'm about £800 short.
Yeah,
But it'll be a good fun. I do like it. We went last year, like we said. So
it's a bubble, isn't it? It's just a bubble. Like you can go there. It's not far.
No, you're just in the middle of the woods.
Yeah.
Just in the middle of the woods. The only difference is, like, say if I was to go to Wales, I love Wales. I'd like some sheep outside my view. Do you know what I mean? I don't think I'm going to see no sheep at Centre Parks. But
no, but you might see a squirrel.
I might see a squirrel. Yeah.
They got all sorts there. We went and last weekend we went and stayed in the woods.
You did?
Yeah. Literally, I looked at, like, I wanted to do something local, just like, and I wasn't expecting it to be as local as it was, but I was on Airbnb and I was just like, right, cabin in the woods, let me find something. And literally like 10 minutes from where we are here, there was just this little cabin, like standalone, nothing else there. Very like back to basics. It literally looked like someone had built it, like by hand, this cabin. But it had like an outdoor shower, toilet, fire pit, pizza oven. Mate, it was wicked. It was cheap as well. It was like 70 quid or something for the night.
That's very good.
Yeah, mate, really good, really good. We were a bit spooked out though because like where that woods is, we're walking around and the guy said to me, he was like, it's on like 50 acres, so just like walk around, like you might see some people, but it's very unlikely. And we're walking around and like there's just weird shit in there. Like there was like a wheelchair propped up against a tree, and we were like, that is a bit strange. And then I kid you not, like there's a speedboat like in a creek, a dry creek. There's a speedboat in there. I was like, how the hell has that even got there? And then we're walking around the corner and you can see like this building in the distance through the trees. And there's this house that literally looks like it should be in like Malibu in California. And I looked at Izzy and I was like, we might be getting murdered tonight. Like this is proper. It was like something
It was a bit freaky.
Yeah, yeah. And we got back to the cabin and we're like looking through the drawers and stuff. They've not given us any knives. And I was like, oh fuck, we're getting murdered here because we're gonna have to defend ourselves with a spoon. But we got out alive, as you can tell, because I'm here. So it's all good.
That's fantastic news. I'm glad you got away from that weekend alive.
Definitely.
Yeah, but they are fun. I mean, I was looking at some of the tree houses that they've got in centre parks. Mate, that was so expensive.
I didn't know they had tree houses.
Yeah, they're thick, but they're not. They're crazy money. Yeah, it was like thousands.
How's
staying in a tree house?
How's the gaffer doing? I saw he blew up his knee.
Yeah, Luke Nichols. Yeah, he's done his knee. Yeah, it weren't good. His knee literally, like, it was on the hack squat. He got to the third rep. He just posted it on his Instagram, and you could just see his knee. Yeah. Just completely. He snapped his ligament. He's got an operation today, I think. Yeah. So they've got him in relatively quick, but it weren't good.
Yeah,
not in a good way.
The thing is, though, you can't. Oh, do you know? It makes me feel like a bit. Because you can't take your eyes away from stuff like that when someone says like, "Oh, this is an injury post" or whatever, and you're like, "Oh, I don't want to watch it, but I can't stop watching it." Yeah. There it goes. Yeah. Wishing him a speedy recovery, though.
That was his good knee as well. He did have a bad knee. He's got two bad knees now.
He's got two bad knees. Yeah.
Yeah.
Deary me.
Not ideal, but yeah, he's getting on the right. He's just shouted "fuck me knee," I think about 3 times. And he was at the bottom of the hack squat, and then the first thing he does is he tries to get up and stand up. And in my head, I'm thinking, why are you standing up?
Yeah.
I've seen the video. He put it on his Instagram, didn't he?
Yeah.
But yeah, it's all right. He'll be back before you know it.
Yeah, I mean, I imagine that over his entire career, there's probably a lot of injuries that have racked up for sure.
Yeah. There was no peptides. Now there's peptides. So these magical peptides have speed up that injury.
He's going to be back together in like tomorrow afternoon. He'll be back on the hack squat.
Yeah.
If they work as well as everybody says they do. I am completely.
Are you training today? What's the crack?
I am. So I've got a few jobs to do. I've got to make this place look a bit nicer. Do some cleaning. I need to do some steps, mate. I've not even left my flat today. So I'm well behind on steps. Doing this has actually been really good for me. It's woken me up a little bit because I was, like when I first come on here with you, I was like, I am just zombie.
Yawning your head off.
I was. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to train legs with a lad called Joe from the gym who has decided that he wants to be brave enough to come and try it.
Have you not got running bum anymore?
No, not so far today. Everything stayed down. Because last night I was thinking, I'm going to have to cancel on him because it's not ideal. And the thing is, I hate training. I've said this before, but like I've built a bit of a reputation for training legs and muscle heart. So when people come to train it with me, I'm like, right, I want to give it 100% so they get the real experience. And I was thinking, I'm not going to be able to train to 100% capacity because I'm going to shit myself. But I think we should be all right.
If you shit yourself, you shit yourself, mate.
It's true. I'll just take a spare pair of pants.
Just put a nappy on.
how bad do you want it, mate? How bad do you want it?
If you want big legs, and you just do whatever it takes. Do you know what I mean?
True. And I do want big
So
legs.
that's what I'm saying.
Can't deny it.
Not big, ginormous, mate. You need them to
Yeah,
be the
pants
fucking
splitters.
size of a tree.
Exactly that. I need to go and do some shopping at some point as well. Like, I've kind of missed the summer window, and I'm going to Sicily in like 2 weeks, and I've got to go and get.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I've got to go and get like. But when you're dieting, you don't obviously want to like. If I'd have bought my summer clothes 6 weeks ago, all right, great. I've lost 20 pounds since then. So it's like none of it would fit. It'll be hanging off of me.
Yeah.
The curse of bodybuilding.
You need like XL, large. Do you know what I mean? Never go down to a medium.
Do you keep 2 wardrobes?
Yeah, you do. You need to.
See, I've got a real problem because we've not got like loads of space here. So I'll like have an off-season wardrobe, and then when I get into decent shape, I get rid of all that stuff, and then I come back round and I'm like, well, I've got no clothes that fit. I'm always constantly like buying more and more clothes.
Oh, what? You have to sell it?
I don't sell it, but I just like I hate having too much like too many t-shirts, too many trousers. I hate having too much like hanging about that I can't even wear. Because I've got stuff from prep last year that was summer clothes. Mate, they don't come past my knees. Because as we discussed earlier, I was like very skinny back then. So then I get rid of it all. Because I'm never going to.
£150.
Yeah, I get rid of it all. And the same with when I'm 200 plus pounds, I get all rid of it. So I'm constantly just like lack of clothes all the time.
Yeah.
It's a nightmare.
That's the life, isn't it?
That is the life.
That's why you got to earn some good wonga, some good bread.
That is, yeah, mate. Big budget on freaking clothes non-stop.
And you can get like the biggest wardrobe in the world.
Yeah, I think definitely we next time depending on timelines and things like what happens in the next year or so, but I would love to have more space. Definitely. We are lacking in space in this flat. We love this flat, but we need more of it. Do you know you feel like you've just outgrown somewhere?
Yeah. Where would you move to? Because I know that you love to travel.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I really don't know. Like the plan right now is probably get to like this time next year, take a bit of a break where we go traveling for like 3 months, do that, come back, review the situation. Obviously by then
you'll go traveling for months.
Yeah.
Fucking hell, mate. You better be on your bodybuilding still. You lose all your muscle.
I know. But I think it's very possible. And you can't that's kind of my whole thing with bodybuilding now is you can't let it completely get in the way of what you want to do in life. And me and Izzy both want to do some like extended travel before we actually decide, okay, we're going to settle down here and then start building other things and really investing in a place. That's an itch that we both want to scratch. Yeah, and then who knows, that's life.
Yeah.
Just make the best of it.
I think traveling is obviously a great idea, but I think, that is a long time. You probably, you have to manage your bodybuilding process.
Yeah. And I would. Like, it would be with the context of like, I need to get training in, I need to get food in. So however we do it would be structured around that. Like, yes, it'll be a merriment. There'll be enough traveling and enough doing experiences and stuff. But at the end of the day, I don't want to go out there and, like you say, not train for 3 months and then come back and be like disheveled and fucked. So it'll be under the context that I can still do those things, which I don't see there being any reason why you can't.
Yeah. If you go it depends where you go, what gyms you've got around you, but you just have to sort of plan it in advance, I guess.
Well, you see other people do it, like Jacob Tippier.
Yeah.
Him and his girlfriend last year, they went traveling all around Southeast Asia, and he was smashing out sessions left, right, and centre.
Just got to prioritise it. That's all it comes down to, ain't it?
Mate, imagine him turning up to your gym in Vietnam. You'd be like, "What the fuck is that?"
Yeah.
Loading up 20 plates on your Cybex squat press or whatever.
Yeah.
Mate, where did you crawl
Never
out
seen
of?
anything like it before in their life.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where would you want to go though? Where's on the agenda?
We spoke about South America, but the more we think about it, we probably would do Southeast Asia. Like I've been there before, and there's some places that I would want to go back to. There's some places I would want to go that I haven't been to.
Yeah.
It's probably the easiest in terms of like, in my opinion, it's very traveler friendly. Like you can do it on a relatively decent budget. My whole plan is to get business to a point where, and to be fair, like it's not far off there now, but like get business to a point where one, I'm fully self-employed. Two, I can carry on doing it whilst we're away. So that out there, you could go to like Southeast Asia for 3 months and not spend any savings because the money that you're bringing in through your business or whatever it might be, as long as you've got that stream of income, like you can live out there for pennies on the dime or whatever the saying is. Like it's very doable. And I think we just know that we want to do that before really like, because then it's a dog, then it's a house, then it's all these other things and all these aspirations. And I'm like I said before and have said to you, like, I'm very progress driven and I'm constantly thinking about, right, what can I do to make my business better? What can I do to make my bodybuilding better? What can I do to like make my life better? What can I da 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 da? And I think I just need a window where I'm just like, let's just chill out for a bit.
You always do that though. Like I always do that. When I go on holiday, even for a week, I'm coming back and I'm like, oh my God, I'm so mentally refreshed. I'm like recharged.
You need it. You need it.
Like I think when you're so go in your normal life, or even your PTs, you're focusing on that, and then you're focusing on your check-ins, and then you're doing programming, and then you're doing XYZ. Like when you sort of like go on holiday, and I don't know how you approach it, whether you still do check-ins or not, or whether you're going to tell your clients, they're like you're just going to have a week off. I usually like just go WhatsApp check-ins unless it's something really important, like say if I've got a prep client, obviously
that's different. Yeah,
that's a little bit of a different scenario. But yeah, I'll try and almost like utilize that week to try and mentally recharge as much as possible as well.
That's my goal with this holiday to Sicily. Like I've not had a holiday where it's just been the purpose of the holiday is to switch off from everything in a really, really long time. Like even last year when we went away during prep and stuff, it was for people's weddings, which I was very obviously like grateful to be invited to and had an amazing time. But it's not the same as picking a place that you want to go for yourself and then doing the things that you want to do. Like me and Izzy, we've only ever had one. We've been together nearly 6 years. We've had one proper abroad holiday together, and that was to Lanzarote, and I just got horrendously sunburned.
That was your first holiday?
Yeah,
like abroad?
Yeah, not as in ever, but together.
Wow.
Yeah. So we're very much so looking forward. My plan with this one is to be like, I'm going to tell all my clients, look, for 10 days, if you need me, I am here. But my objective is to do as little work as humanly possible and not think even in the slightest about work. Because that's my biggest, not issue. I think it's a good thing. It shows that you've got ambition. It shows that you want to keep things moving forward. And that is how you make progress. And it's the same with anything. Like if you just switch off and stop focusing on the things that you need to focus on, that's when the lapses come in. That's when, you lose a couple of clients here and there.
I think you get your best ideas within those weeks as well, because you're more almost like a little bit more relaxed and you're not like overly thinking at like 120%. And then you'll talk to Izzy and then she'll be off work as well, so she won't have stresses within her life. So then I think like you just end up listening to each other a little bit more because you haven't got all of these things going around in each other's heads, and then you get these amazing ideas, and then there's
and you've got the time.
Lift off.
You've got the time. That is the greatest. I think we said this before, but like the greatest gift in life is having more time. Genuinely, if you've got, like, especially in the world that we operate within, you can very quickly find yourself like I remember, last year, and I'm very grateful for like the rate that my business has grown at, and I hope that it continues. I hope that I'm busy until I can't find an hour in the day, right? Because that's what you want at the end of the day, is to be able to have enough eyes on you that you're really like helping that many people and you're getting that message out and you're being productive. But with what we do, you can very quickly find yourself like, okay, so Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, I'm working at the gym and I've got this, that. And then Thursday, I've got X amount of PTs. Friday, I've got X amount of PTs, I've got check ins. Saturday, I've got check ins and I've got PT. And then Sunday. And the next thing you know, you actually break it down and you go, I'm working 7 days a week.
Yeah.
And that is what it takes. Don't get me wrong.
That's just normal. That's kind of normal, isn't it? When
It
you do this job.
is, but at the same time,
7
like
days.
it's a lot. Can be a lot, especially when you forget
For the
to.
love of the game.
Oh, absolutely, mate. Absolutely. And like I say, I wouldn't have it any other way. I'm much happier now being busy because of my own creation and my own schedule than previously being busy with pointless Microsoft Teams meetings and fucking LinkedIn messages and that is I actually logged into LinkedIn the other day for the first time in like a year just to see what's going on there, and I felt I was gonna be sick. This
I can
is
imagine.
so gross, like corporate slop just being posted left, right, and centre. Oh, awful, awful. So glad that I'm not in that world anymore. Yikes.
Definitely.
Yikes. Right, I've got no questions this week, and we're coming up to an hour. So I'm pretty. That was a bit of a random episode, but I hope that there was some value in there.
There's some
for
value
people.
in there.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the title's going to be for it.
Sometimes we just need a catch up, mate.
I agree. I
think we went the whole of last week's episode. I don't even think we asked how each other were.
No, we didn't.
I think we just started talking about topics and stuff.
Rambling.
So an episode like this, I don't think it's going to do any harm.
No. Welcome to everyone can listen to our little heart to heart and our little catch up. That's fine though. Thank you for listening, everybody. As mentioned earlier in the episode, if you do subscribe, it helps us massively. We are trying to reach those ambitious numbers of 50 subscribers by the end of the year. Show season very quickly approaching, so we'll have more
show reviews,
bodybuilding content to go over. There wasn't anything that sprung to my mind this week that has really stuck out to me in the world of bodybuilding. Patrick Moore qualified for the Olympia. Yeah, he looked great. He did look really good. Tiny waist. It's such a unique build. Physique. Yeah. But very good. That's not far off. 5.5 weeks. Mm-hmm. So there's a lot coming up to talk about, both in the natural world and the enhanced world. Definitely. So wait until them shows and we'll give our thoughts. Perfect. Right. See you all in the next one. Thank you for listening. Peace.